Cameron Archer scores goals up the Villa. Hello and welcome to Up the Villa podcast and Transfer Hub. We are back again for some more transfer news. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. So we've been looking at players for the last couple of weeks now. Young left backs, up and coming prospects from other clubs maybe joining Aston Villa to fill the void in certain areas in which we need to get players in to utilise our squad, to be fair. So I just thought I'd come on and look at a player that I've got really high hopes for and a player that I'm really looking forward to watching over pre-season and to see how Gerrard sees him fit into this Aston Villa current setup. And for me, I absolutely love Cameron Archer. I'm from Walsall, Cameron Archer's from Walsall, so we've got that sort of vibe going on already. There's not many great things that come out of Walsall, but if Cameron Archer is one of those things, then I'm here for it because, like I say, we're from the same end, so absolutely love it. So Cameron Archer loves scoring goals, and I just thought I'd just come on and give my thoughts on where I think he fits into the Villa setup at the minute moving forward. And for me, I think we've seen, and I've seen a lot of you guys commenting in the comment section saying that you want a striker to join Aston Villa. And I think that depends on how you feel the current Villa striker setup is. Do you rate Ollie Watkins? Do you rate Danny Ings? And if you don't, then I can understand why you're sort of feeling that a striker maybe would be coming in. But for me, I rate Watkins and I rate Danny Ings, and I think both of them are going to have really, really good seasons with Aston Villa next season. So for me, it leaves that third slot up for grabs, and I want to see Cameron Archer grasp that third spot. I want to see him in and around the first team all season. I don't really want him to go out on loan. I feel like he's that good, and I feel like he can be the striker in which we are missing the sort of impact sub that has the energy, has the aggression, and he can finish. We've seen it, haven't we? We've seen it away at Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. That bullet header from the penalty spot, absolutely clinical. We've seen him have a little bit of sort of like a flourishing loan deal away at Preston. Their fans absolutely wax lyrical about Cameron Archer. They think he's sensational. He transformed their front line when he went there. He was super, super clinical. And it's not just his finishing, it's his hold-up play, sort of dropping a little bit deeper and sort of having a bit of a playmaker role. And I think that's what they were really impressed with as well. It was his work rate and his all-round game in which they were really impressed with. And I'm really rooting for Archer. It's just, I like to think that when you watch Villa, you have the players that you like, but then you always have that one player that you just root for from the sideline, and you just want to do really, really well. And for me, going into this season, it is Cameron Archer. I want to see him in there, and I want to see him in and involved in the first team setup. So I was going to share the screen with you now, and we'll go through some of the little stats and that I've pulled up. So it was really exciting that Archer signed a new deal until 2025. So he's highly thought of in and around the Aston Villa setup. His market value on here is absolutely atrocious, £375,000. But I think this one needs updating. He's 20 years of age. His attacking stats are pretty high, to be fair, 71. If you look at his sort of career, he's been in and around New under 23s of Villa. He had a loan deal at Solihull Moors that didn't work out. Came back to Villa in and around the full team squad, really. He played in the Carabao Cup, played in the Papa John's Trophy. And then in January, he went out on loan to Preston, where he did really, really well. And that loan deal has now ended, and he's back at Aston Villa. Love it. I love my sofa score rating of Cameron Archer, a 7 across the board. His strengths are his finishing and his anchor play. His weakness is his ball control and his ground duels. I've got to disagree with the ground jewels. I think he's strong, and if you hear about what Preston fans are saying about him, it's his strength to knock off players when he's got the ball as well. So I do disagree with that slightly as well. And if you have a look at his SOFA score for Villa, he's 2 appearances away at Old Trafford and away at Southampton, 6.30. But then if we move it forward a little bit to his heat map, all season at Preston, it was sort of like high-end 7s across the board. So, just below the 7s that I like. But the heat map, he's everywhere, isn't he? It's his positioning. And we'll get on to his finishing in a minute. But his total played 20 games, 18 started, minutes per game, 81, goals, 7. He got 1 assist, accuracy per game, 78%, shots per game, 2.3, goal frequency every 232 minutes. And then really don't need to go into the defensive side of things. And England, yesterday, he got his first England start for the under-21s. He was on the pitch for 17 minutes and he bagged a goal. And for me, that is what he's all about. I think when you watch strikers and you see certain strikers and you look at their all-round game, for me, when I think of Cameron Archer, he gets a chance and he knows where the goal is. And I think that's quite difficult to teach. The goal against for the under-21s, when Gordon just went on that mazy run, who I really rate as well for Everton. I think he's really good, to be fair. And he just cut it back for Archer. And it was just like, and this is what excites me about him. It's his explosive finishing. It's just a cutback and it's like, he smacks it and it's just like, boom, goal. And you're just like, when you watch it, you're like, bloody hell, like, he's finished it from there. And the acute angles and the calmness. And I just think he knows where the goal is. And I think when the striker knows where the goal is, I know we've had Villa fans that sort of want Suarez. I've been a bit not sure on Suarez because I just think, for me, we've got a younger version. And that might sound mad, but I just think we've got a little Suarez on our hands. And I think I just want him in and around the first team. I trust Gerrard. I trust Gerrard to make the call right. If Gerrard feels like Archer needs a loan to another championship side, then fair enough. But for me, I'm rooting for him. I want to see him in and around the first team now. I want to see him getting minutes. I want to see him playing in the cup competition. I want to see us taking competitions very, very seriously. But I do think Archer can make it. And I'm rooting for him because we are the Walsall lads. But yeah, so I'm rooting for him. So Archer for me is a big, big yes. And I just wanted to come on because, I've been coming on and doing transfer hubs for youngsters that are playing in the French league and coming in here to make a difference and to push players like Luca Dean. And I think it's only right that I do the same thing for players for Aston Villa who I think are more than capable of doing it. So do I back Archer? 110%. So I am backing Archer all the way this season to make a name for himself. In other news, Matt Targett has left Aston Villa to join Newcastle on a fee. He signed on a fee, £15 million. And I think when you look at it in a level-headed perspective, we signed Kamara and Coutinho for £17 million, and we've sold Matt Targett for 15. That business there is sensational. And it is only the third highest fee that we have had of selling players in a very, very long time. Grealish, Benteke, who was the other one? And Matt Targett then. So those fees are pretty shockingly not that many. We don't really sell players for a decent fee. So 15 million for Matt Targett, I think is decent. We've not really made much profit on him, but I just think we've just moved on, haven't we? We've moved on from Matt Targett. If you line the two up, Luca Dean and Matt Targett, who are you having all day long? You're having Luca Dean, aren't you? And I wish him well. I think he's fair play to him. He did well at Newcastle, didn't he? But I'll go back to it. I want to be as honest with you guys on here as I possibly can. And this is just my opinion. if you can't fight for your shirt at Aston Villa and you see fit and you think you want 13 minutes somewhere else, then fair play, go and get them. But that is not really the mentality in which Gerrard likes, and it's not really the mentality in which I sort of like either. I think I'm done with this whole mentality now with Villa. I just want winners, and I want us to start having a high-end mentality of you fight for your shirt, and if you can't do it, then unfortunately you got to go elsewhere, which he has, and fair play to him, he's managed to get minutes elsewhere. But yeah, we move on from Matt Target now, and it looks like for me that we'll start to see the rumours of another younger left back coming in to try and push Luca Dean, which I think is fair to be fair. In other news, Tom Colomoso is saying that Trezeguet and Traoré will be leaving for a fee. I think it's obvious that Trezeguet is going to be leaving, but Traoré, we did our keep and sell episode, and I'm sure if I think back off the top of my head, we wanted to keep Traoré. Yes, he's had a shocking season with injuries, but I think there is quality there, and with 5 subs, we are going to need a bit of a squad. So I would like to keep Traoré, but again, if the right price comes, then it's a no-brainer to sell, isn't it, really? But I'd like to keep Trezeguet. And I don't think we've got any more Villa news, have we? So I just thought I'd just come on and just sort of give my thoughts on Cameron Archer and how highly I think of Archer. But let me know, are you guys a massive fan of Archer? Do you think he needs another loan deal to a Championship side? Is that going to be best for his career? Let me know your thoughts on Target leaving. We've been racking our brains in the Up the Villa podcast group chat today to come up with some concepts moving forward to fill the void in this little bit of a break. Now we've sort of said in the group that we've now got a month of no Villa football. So in a month's time, Villa start pre-season against Walsall. That'll be our first game, I think, on July the 9th against Walsall. Then it sort of starts ramping up again. So we'll start our content more for the season at that point. But we've got a bit of a void, and we've come up with a few little ideas what we got coming in the next couple of weeks. So we've got some nice little ideas coming your way as well. So thank you for watching. Get involved, and up the Villa.